Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. Hope everything's going well in your fish tanks. As you can see, the tank's looking really good, and yeah, absolutely pretty chuffed with the way things are going. But I'm sure one thing you might not be able to see, and it's a bittersweet moment for me, as you'll be looking and you'll be thinking there's not many fish in there, and you obviously, because of what's happened with the chromus dying, that was an issue. Yeah, really sad, but those things happen. But I actually think I knew what the cause was, and I said that on the last video. It was had to do with that tank. As you all know, I have the Nios catcher, which it is slightly expensive for what it is. It's just basically a fish trap, isn't it? And it is quite expensive for the product. But if it does what it says on the tin, then you know what, for me, I'm all for that sort of stuff. So, and as you know me guys, you know I like my tech, and I like my my little bits of fish attire. And yeah, you'll see that the tang is no more, and that is because I've literally caught him just now. And here we go, guys. There he is, the poor little guy. He's waiting to go to shop. I phoned my local LFS, and they said yeah, they'll take him in. So hopefully he'll go to a new home, and a nice, you know, big size tank, something where he's going to be a lot more to be able to swim in. Hopefully, maybe there might be a few fish in there that can sort him out. But I mean, as you can see, he's a good size, really well fed fish, and yeah, I'm hoping that he'll go somewhere else. It's not nice, guys, when you take a fish out your tank, especially, you know, I've had him what 4 or 5 months, and he has been a part of the community, but I just can't let him bully the other fish. So now we've come from what 9 fish we had, didn't we? Yeah, and now we only have 5 fish. So big drop now. We need to get some fish into this tank. So I'm gonna drop him off. I'm gonna drop him off in a minute, and then we're gonna go and see what they've got in the store. So hopefully I might have something, I might not. We'll see what they've got in stock, and if they have got something that I want, then yeah, I'm all for it, and I'm gonna get it. A few people commented the last time on my video saying about Amphius, and I have had Amphius, to be fair, and yeah, they are a lovely fish, to be honest. So maybe I could get some of them. Definitely maybe looking at a file fish. The only thing is I don't have a cover, so I can't get many like gobies or blennies, because they will be jumping out of the tank. So yeah, I'm not sure on that, to be honest, but you know, we'll see. And yeah, hopefully it'll all be good, but only time will tell. But hopefully next time I'll have some fish you'll be able to see. So fingers crossed, we'll see from there, guys. All right, guys, we're back. This has been a few days now, so you'll see from the sign that we've got a few bags here, and there's a dog walking through the door. Yeah, you'll see that we've picked ourselves some fish. Now I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised in one sense, but you'll also be shocked in another of the choice that I've got. I've only got 2 bags with the fish in. One of the bags has got just a frag of sorry, not a frag, a polyp of a zoa, which I'm going to be sticking on here, my zoa island. Yeah, it was stuck to an urchin, so my mate said to me, you know what, just have it, he'll tuck it off the urchin, and yeah, put it in the bag for me. So I appreciate that, mate. But anyway, going on to the choice. Now, as I've said before, since the tang has been removed from the tank, starting to see a little bit of film of algae just on here and on the back and on the back there, and predominantly that's just because of, you know, the little bit of nutrients that we have in the tank. But obviously there's no fish to clean it up. I mean, tangs don't clean it up, the Bengai cardinals certainly don't clean it up, and yeah, the 6-line wrasse definitely don't clean it up. So yeah, we've got no cleanup crew. We've got basically the cleanup crew of the snails and stuff. We've still got them. I've added some more into it, but not many. They didn't have many in the shop, so I think I had about 6. So they'll do, but I'll have to head over to another shop that I know, Stockport Marine and Koi. They have loads usually, and yeah, I'm gonna get some off them and stock the tank up with more cleanup crew. But the first fish that I'm going to show is, let me see if I can get him. Here he is, perfect for the algae. And this little dude is a little algae blenny, decent size, good 2.5 inch. Blenny, so hopefully he'll go around once he's settled in the tank. He'll go around and he'll munch on all the algae. Really good clean, really good fish for algae, combating algae and stuff like that. And yeah, really, they've got a really good character as well, which I really like about these fish. But in this bag, I think this is where the shock will be. It's a fish that I've always wanted in one sense, but I've always been scared about adding them into my tank. There was a couple of fish that I was looking at. I was looking at the Coral Beauty. So contemplating on the Coral Beauty, but we do know Coral Beauties tend to have a nice little munch on a nice donut scully there. And I thought, you know what, I just can't risk it for the sake of a fish that's relatively priced compared to my scully, which I absolutely love, and it's just growing all the time. There's just no comparison, and I just couldn't risk it. So that one got put out of the way. Then I looked at some Sergeant Major damsels, which I had in the store. They were really, really nice, to be honest. I'll put a picture here or here of it. Look really, really nice, but then doing a bit of research, I know that they're really very territorial, like most damsels are. Obviously, the clownfish are from the damsel genus. But yeah, I just couldn't risk that. I thought to myself, it might be a bit of an issue, and it'll be a nightmare to get out of the tank as well. So I've left them to the side as well. So that was 2 fish that was out of the equation. And then as I was just like leaving, I was looking in the last couple of tanks, and I seen this fish. And like I said before, it's one I've always wanted to add into my tank, but just been a bit scared of adding one, mainly because of like they're prone, or they can be known to eat clean up shrimps and stuff, which is basically predominantly a lot of their diet is the meaty food. They tend to go for smaller fish as well. So I think you're going to guess what I've gone for. And I've gone for a nice little dwarf lionfish. Now I think this guy will be perfect. If you don't know about lionfish, which I'm sure you do, they have got those spines on top of them are poisonous. So you're not really supposed to put your hands in the tank, or if you do, you've got to do it with extreme care. And yeah, they are one of those sort of fish which people tend to stay away from because of that. But for me, I've not got many small fish in the tank. In fact, I've got no small fish in the tank other than mandarins. But mandarins, yeah, most fish stay away from them because I didn't know, but I'm sure they release a poison or a toxin if they get eaten or go for it. Or something goes for it. Something I've read. Don't know whether that's true or not, but yeah, I'm sure I've read that somewhere. So that's why a lot of fish tend to stay away from them. But what I'm going to do is I'm just acclimating them in this bag. I'm going to put them in a bucket, and then hopefully next time you see this, I'm going to be putting them into the tank, so you'll be able to see the first time of when I put them in. I might even get my missus, if she's in the house, to film it. I don't know if she's going to be here by that time, but we'll see. And hopefully you'll see me putting them in the tank, and yeah, they'll be a bit skittish, obviously. But I reckon that the clownfish will go, not the clownfish, sorry, the lionfish will go over into this corner. They tend to go into caves and little nooks and crannies. Good thing with them is they don't eat corals, so my corals are going to be safe, which is a good thing. And like I said before, that these fish here are all too big for it to fit in the mouth. So that's another point, a good point that we need to address, because anything that can fit in its mouth, it will do. But fingers crossed, everything, it should be a nice transition, and we'll see where we go from there. So hopefully in a next hour or so, going to acclimate for a good 45 minutes, an hour, and we'll see where we go. So stay tuned, guys. We're back. Hope you're all doing well. But it's been probably about a day and a half now, 2 days, since I've added the new fish to the tank, and everything's gone all right. They both transitioned into the tank pretty well. As for the lionfish, you'd just be able to see his tail just behind the back of that frog spawn, just there. I mean, they're not the best of fish in the sense of being out. I don't know whether that's just because he's maybe a bit scared, or he's you know, just adapting into life, settling in. I don't know, but yeah, he doesn't. He's not come out much. Whereas on the other hand, the little goby, algae blenny, sorry, he's been just sitting perched up on here, on this section here, just between the zoas, and he's doing really good, to be honest. He's really enjoying life there. He's been going out eating the bit of the algae. Well, like I've said before, I'm starting to get bits of filaments of algae stuff all on the tank, just there, and that is because basically obviously there's nutrients in the system, albeit not much. I'm not running raw phos or anything like that yet in the tank. As you'll see, the reactor's not going off, but I might have to run some of it, to be honest. Phos, nitrates and stuff like that. Nitrates at about 4 ppm, so they're not going up that much, in all honesty. I could have done with them going up more, and hence the reason why I wanted to put more fish into the tank. And not only just to raise nutrients, but also to give a bit of colour to the system as well, something different. I am keeping me out for some more fish though, to be honest. Some more free-flowing fish that's going to be out more. Obviously amphibious and stuff is a good shout. Thought about maybe getting another tang, but this time something like maybe a yellow tang again, or something like that, because I do believe the ones which are shaped different, you know, like the regal tangs, the brown tangs, the orange spot tangs, all those sort of tangs, I think, you know, they seem to be more susceptible to be a more aggression when they've adapted themselves into the system. That's from my experience anyway. They just seem to go off on one and, yeah, really like do their own thing and basically attack every other fish. Obviously it's like a do or die situation, I suppose. They're just establishing the system, their way. But my tank obviously is not the biggest. It's only 350 litres, so yeah, it's probably not ideal, to be honest, to keep those tanks in the system. But I mean, who am I to say? I think they're all right if they're small, but as they get bigger, they just become more boisterous. But as for the rest of the tank, the corals guys and everything like that, they're all doing really good. So obviously the system is not bottoming out or anything like that, which is a good thing. But I do need to get this algae bit of thing under control. I know algae's decent, good enough for your tank, really. You need a bit of algae in your system, don't get me wrong. But nevertheless, I don't want it to be covering the walls. There's none on the rocks, that's the weird thing. I mean, if you look on the rock, there's absolutely no algae on the rock whatsoever. It's just, I mean, it's all clear. So yeah, it's just on the back wall, but that was where the tang used to go around, eating everything and eating all the algae off the back. So yeah, that's, but obviously without that fish in here, it's been a bit of an issue. But yeah, I mean, we'll get there in the end. Everything will be fine. But this Pikachu is in half colouring up. Really, really nice, this Pikachu now. Really coloured up. And yeah, a few big things are happening in this tank, guys. A few big changes are definitely going to be happening. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully it'll be coming in the next maybe couple of weeks or so. But yeah, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but you'll be pleasantly surprised and maybe a little bit shocked as to what's going to be happening. So once again, guys, I really appreciate you following and you subscribing and stuff like that. It's really, yeah, I just can't thank you guys enough. Also, I do want to mention the Love to Reef. If you've not already got tickets and you do want to go to it, I'll post a little picture here, wherever. Basically contact Paul Fish Palace on his Instagram, and yeah, get your tickets. We're all going to be there. Loads of vendors going to be there as well, so get over there and yeah, come and meet some of the vendors, come and chat to us, and yeah, it'll be great to see you. Also head over to that down in Harlow it is. So if you can get over there, it'd be fantastic to see you. So once again, guys, I really appreciate it, and stay tuned for the next video, and I'll see you soon.